Shri Gurubhyo Nama. Morning viewers. In this video we are going to see about the upcoming Saturn transit which is going to take place on 2025 March 29th late evening around 9:45 pm as per Trikandita Panchanga, where Saturn from Aquarius moves to Pices. We will be seeing about the Saturn transit for each and every zodiac as a separate video. I had already released those zodiac who are going to get benefited out of the Saturn transit, as well as those zodiac which will face some troubles. If you have not seen that videos, I am providing the links in the description. You can use the link and watch those videos. If you are new to my channel, keep this channel subscribed so that you will get my updates instantly. Saturn so far placed in his house Aquarius, which is a dark house and a farthermost house from the position of Sun, which is going to move to a most positive house of Jupiter called Pices. So the movement of Saturn from Aquarius to Pices itself is a good sign for all zodiacs. So it will reduce this time. The impact of Saturn will not be that much. It will definitely reduce negative power to all zodiacs. So one need not have to be afraid of the Saturn's position at Pisces or the next transit. Generally, if Saturn is associated with the positive houses of Jupiter or Venus, or if Saturn is getting aspected by a positive planet like Jupiter or a rising moon or Venus, etc., or if Saturn is getting associated with the positive planets, it will not do its negativity. Like for example, if a mischievous person happens to stay at a temple or a church or a guru's house, he will not exhibit his negative or evil activities. Rather, he will keep silent. Similarly, if his guru or a teacher aspects him, he will not show his negative impact. So in that way, this position of Saturn at Pisces, we can say it will be very calm and it will not disturb much. Generally in transit, when we consider the position of planets and the impact of one's horoscope, we take to the maximum of 15 to 20%. The remaining 80% comes from the personal horoscope, where the current Mahadasa and Antardasa is getting ruled. So one need not have to worry, but at the same time, there will be some impact based on the Saturn's position if it runs a 7.5 period of Saturn, or if Saturn is placed at the 8th house. It is like putting more pinch of salt in a tasty food. Definitely it will have some impact. So to get rid of the Saturn's problem, one should regularly do prayers to Lord Hanuman on every Saturday, or visit any Shiva temple and pray to Navagraha, or the main deity is Shiva itself, to get rid of all these problems. So if anyone offers prayers regularly during the 7.5 period of Saturn, or if Saturn is running on the 8th house, they will not face any major difficulties. Now Saturn associating with the house of Pisces, it's a great and a good relief, great sign for everyone, and a good relief for major zodiac like Aquarius and Pisces. Even for Leo, if Saturn is a strong negative planet, will not do much negative impact. Interestingly, Jupiter from Gemini, the next transit from Taurus to Gemini, Jupiter, where it moves to Gemini, and it will start aspecting Aquarius. So it will reduce the impact of Saturn's 7.5 troubles. At the same time, during 2026, when Jupiter moves from Gemini to Cancer, it will get exalted, and from there it will start aspecting the Saturn, and that 1 year it will keep the Saturn more positive. So in the upcoming Saturn transit period of 2.5 years, the 1 year, that is from 2026 to 27, where Saturn will be under the complete control of an exalted Jupiter, will not do any major troubles to anyone. So it is a great relief for every zodiac. Now let us see, starting from Aries to Pisces for each zodiac, the impact of the Saturn's position as well as the houses it aspects. Aries, the first zodiac sign. For Aries, in the upcoming Saturn transit, Saturn from the 11th house Aquarius going to move to the 12th house. It will be starting the 7.5 period of Saturn for Aries. So for Aries, the Saturn transit, to an extent it is good, but it is not so encouraging. Saturn placed at the 12th house influence lot of expenses, but luckily for Aries, it happens to be the house of Jupiter. Most of the expenses could be on positive basis. But Jupiter, which is there at the 2nd house, going to move to the 3rd house in the upcoming Jupiter transit, and it will start aspecting the 11th house, and it start giving the profits as usual. So for Aries, even though there is expenses based on the Saturn's placement, they will get equal amount of revenue also. So there is no need to worry on this. Some of them get travel opportunities. Some may get employed in foreign countries and they visit to different places. Even for business, there is an opportunity to visit different countries in this time. So they will be spending a lot. Some may be spending for spiritual activities. Some may be giving some donations to many welfare organizations. They do charities, they do dharma in this time. So there will be a lot of expenses. Saturn from the 12th house will start aspecting the second house. It will start aspecting the 6th house and the 9th houses. So when Saturn aspects the second house, they should be careful in their communication. Those who are working as teachers, professors, and even for lawyers, they need to be very careful while communicating. Even in sales and marketing, it influences them to make mistakes out of their communications. They give wrong commitments. They give false promises, due to which they face some consequences in the later period. Even in family life, there will be some disturbances. So there will be challenges when Saturn aspecting the second house. Similarly, Saturn aspects the 6th house. To an extent it is positive, because when a negative planet aspects the negative house, it will turn out to be positive. So in this period, they can win out of their enemies. Even the health issues, they find good remedies. Even for taking loans in banks, it is easy for them to approach any bank for loans. If they are lended money to an outsider, they can easily get it back. So these are all some of the positiveness when Saturn aspecting the 6th house. Now Saturn aspecting the 9th house. So they will show interest in spiritual activities. Some may start follow the ancestors' paths. Some may show interest in reading spiritual books, writing books and all. Some may even visit temples and holy places during this time. They take every opportunity to do this. But the problem here is they face some issues with the father and the father side family. So there may be controversies and arguments with the father and father side family. Even getting a luck, it's not so easy. So luck will not favor them in this time. But fortunately, when Jupiter moves away on May from 2nd house to 3rd house, Gemini, and it starts aspecting the Sagittarius directly, so that period it turns out to be even positive. So the difference of opinion and the controversies the father and the father side family will come to an end during this time. So there will be a smooth relationship with the father side members. After the Jupiter transit, they find luck favoring them. So it looks very positive for them. Those who are unmarried for long can get marriage alliances after May. Even the controversies and issues between the married couples will come to an end, and there will be a good relationship after May. Business partners will show interest in business, in expanding the business to different countries. So they find a good volume rise in the business. So considering all the planetary positions, as Saturn starts a 7.5 period for Aries, there will be a positivity up to 75%. For Aries, the stars Ashwini, Bharani and Kritika Pada 1, they constitute the zodiac Aries. In that, for the star Ashwini, the star of Ketu, there will be a positivity up to 75%. And for the star of Venus, Bharani, and Venus happens to be the 2nd and 7th house lord, will do good to them, and there will be a positivity up to 75%. And for the star of Sun, Kritika Pada 1, we can expect a positivity up to 70% in the upcoming Saturn transit.